All right, we're back for round 2 with Pag. He sat there a few minutes while I got my vest on and my chaps and got ready to get him riding, and he's getting a little bit bored of standing there. Now, Pag, like I said, 99% of the time when he hasn't been rode much, I got to bring him in here and do some work with him and do some round pen work and settle him down and get him saddled, and he generally always humps around when I go to send him around on the end of the halter, or if I just turn him loose in round pen. Today, I've been kind of debating on whether or not I want to start ground working him first, or just turn him loose and send him around and do a little round pen work with him. He generally humps around either way, but because I got this grass I got to overcome here, round penning him might be a little bit difficult, but I'm going to try just turning him loose anyway and see what he does. So, you ready to follow him around? All right, so here we go. And wouldn't you know it, every time you think you got these guys figured out, they go and do something different. But normally, he's not all that fired up about just loping around the circle here. He'll normally trot around and he knows the routine. He doesn't get himself all spooled up. So that in itself tells you he's got a whole bunch more energy than what he normally displays when he's been rode and worked regularly. It's in order to just come out here and start loping around, which is okay with me. You know, if he's got that much energy and he wants to lope around, we're going to let him lope around here. Wear himself out a little bit, get back to thinking and paying attention, and see, he knows what I want. He looks in here, but he's going like, yeah, I'm just going to play around. And that's okay. I'll let him play around till he starts thinking and paying attention. Because I can guarantee you, Pag's got a whole lot more energy than I do, especially this early in the season. And another thing I want to tell you too is any horse, Pag or anybody else in particular, you know, I can go through all these preps with him and get him settled down and paying attention and get on, and he still could be feeling good and want to throw a couple hips, want to throw a couple humps at you, which he's been known to do too on occasions. Last spring when I got him started, again for the summer, I brought him in here, did some round pen work with him. Did some groundwork, made sure everything was checked out, rode him a little bit in here. And then we went out, and then we went outside, and rode out here in the field, and I got about half a mile down the field, and he started breaking into a little bit of a trot, so I let him trot, and the next thing I know, he's dumping his head and going to putzing around. And so I had to pull him up and get his head bent around, get him shut down, and start over again. To get the squirrel out of him. So just because you go through this stuff doesn't necessarily mean that doing it once and done is good enough. Sometimes it takes a couple of episodes. See, he's still pretty wired up and feeling his oats, and he's listening, but he's charging around here a lot faster and with a lot more steam than I want. So we'll keep working and working through this stuff until we get him to start settling down and listening and paying attention and doing all the things that I want him to do when I get on him. And that's where this groundwork comes in, because I'm using this halter rope just like I will my reins. I want to direct him that way on the feel. When I pick up and go this way, I want him to turn and go that way and follow that lead in that halter and stop and turn and back up and do all the things that I want him to do when I get on him. And I want him to do it calm, and I want him thinking and listening and paying attention before I even try to get on him. Because I have made some mistakes with Pag in the past where I've had my saddle a little bit off. What's that, sweetie? Yeah. No, not yet. I'm talking to Vic, my camera publisher and director. See, he's still a little bit twitchy. So we're going to work here a little bit more on him before I crawl on. But you can see how that saddle fits him. It doesn't walk around, doesn't roll around, doesn't come up and roll back and forth on his back. It's real stable. And I've sat in it on the ground, on the rack, and it feels real good. So I want to see what this thing really feels like when I get on him here. So Vic has to take a pause. So we're going to keep working here just a little while longer with him, and when Vic gets back on the camera, we'll get on and go some rides for them.